What is the perfect diet? A vegan diet, which means all plants, no food, no suffering, no blood. And it comes from animals that suffer because they don't want to go into the black, they want to know the light, they want to know life. What's the best food to eat? In a vegan diet, which is all plants, purple foods. Eat purple foods because they have pigment in them, which is more balanced with light. They're the closest to black, but they take blue in, and then that has its benefits, but it's light. So purple, you want to eat purple foods. So grapes are good. Grapes are light. So just light, water, blue, all colors. You get colors of food that is plants, not death, not black, not flesh that has shapes and can communicate in some way and moves on its own, of its own free will and volition. It's not a plant. Plants are light. Do the plants feel pain? No, they just know. They just exist. They're just nature. They just exist. People will tell you that plants can feel pain, but we don't know that for sure. We know that cows and stuff, the animals, they feel pain. We can hear the shrieks, and that reminds us of black, which is death, which we want to stay away from for as long as possible. We want to be eating a vegan diet while we're on Earth, and then when we do that, we join the light. Unless you eat animals, and then you go into blackness until you become to know the light again, and then use your filter, which is gray, and then clear. Your filter is clear, and then they try to perfect you again. You have a past experience, and then you come into being again to hope you eat light, which is vegetables, not animals. When you eat animals, you're just procreating black, you're procreating death. You should never do that. Should you ever eat animals? Yes. Here's when you should eat animals. Survival. When you want to know the light again, which is life. And then you want to respect the animals. So you look at the design, and then you look at the fractals in them and say, oh, that's beautiful. They're beautiful. They can express. They have their feelings. They want to know the light. So they should be cared for because we're here to care for. What's our number one purpose in life? To keep the dark out. To know the light. What is light? Light is just knowing. It's nature. Light is nature. Light is what you see in nature, and black takes away from nature and tries to dominate it, give it lines, make it very rigid and strict. But light just knows, and then they come into being. The night creates glass, and the night, you could say that glass, think of the magnifying glass, light created God, which is like clear. It's like all light. It just reflects light off of it. It has no black in it, except if it's reflecting black that tries to invade the light. There seems to be more black than there is light, and that's just balance. Because if it was all light, then it would be perfect, and then you'd be in heaven. And then nature is just, think of heaven as a glass. It's just a reflection. There's really no blackness. There is just purple and white, no black. Think of nebulas. Heaven is just basically nebula. That's it. Just purple and white. Between purple and white. Starts out of white and goes to purple. It never goes into black. It goes white, purple, magnifying glass. Can you be cast out of heaven? No. When you make it there, you pretty much got everything figured out. You pretty much got your morals and everything figured out. It's perfect. Your morals are perfect. When you make it to heaven, you're perfect. You'll have your mental vitality. You don't take shrooms, and then you just get new perspective, like an egg. Okay, that comes from an animal, but you're not eating an animal. You're eating eggs. Are basically seeds. They don't have life in them. So could you eat eggs? Maybe. Could you eat eggs? Yeah, probably. Would that be the best diet though? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I should try eating an egg. It depends on how you care for the animal though. And that's perfection. If you care for the animal and you take care of it, say you have your own farm or something, your own chickens, and you let them out daily and whatever. You let them do what they want to do. Have a garden, let them roam. And they'll be perfect. They'll figure out their instincts to avoid the dark, which is death. And then they'll give you eggs, and then you could eat eggs and see if it's perfect. But you shouldn't go from, okay, I'm going to take mushrooms, and then, okay, now eggs are good, so then all animals must be good, because it comes from an animal, right? So it must be good. No, that's just death. Then you're just going to have to come here. You're going to have to reincarnate, and the night will pull you back out of the darkness, give you a new filter, and then you have to look at all the colors again. Look at the black, the white, see how they mix together, and see if you want to follow the white to make it into heaven, which is perfection, which is a mirror. Think of a mirror is perfection. That's what heaven is. It's a mirror. It's just a big mirror. Think of looking through your mirror the whole time. You're just seeing your perfect self. How do I improve myself? How do I become light? I procreate life. I want life to live. I don't want blackness. Because if you want blackness, then you don't make it into heaven. Then you just have a gray filter. And then until you figure out that a vegan diet is the most white. That's the most black and white. Okay? For sure, plants are good. Not all plants are good though. There's some poisonous plants. But like edible plants, they're good, they're light, they're good. But maybe a vegetarian diet is the perfect diet. Should you drink milk? Well, I hear that milk is for babies, so maybe you shouldn't have milk. But if you care for the cow, you don't separate from the mother, and maybe you run your own farm or something, and then you milk the cows yourself or whatever, and you get a little bit of the light, which is the white, the life, the food of it, and then you create cheese, but it's addicting. That's because it's white. It's life. It's the life of babies. It's the life food of babies. It's the most godly. Milk should be raw. Should be closest to light, which is not cooked, which is just killing it, killing all the nutrients out of it. So probably raw milk, and then raw eggs mixed with food. So maybe a raw vegetarian diet is the best diet. Is it bad to cook your food? Yes. Maybe you should just stick to fruits because they're the most natural, and they're the life seeds of nature, which is light. So maybe I'll try eating a vegetarian diet. I don't know if I'll incorporate raw milk into it. Maybe if I was not so I don't want to harm the animals, maybe I would have milk, eggs, and then plants. So maybe a raw vegetarian diet is the best diet. That seems to be what I'm seeing when the fractals in nature and everything. That raw vegetarian diet is the healthiest. So maybe I'll try incorporating a raw vegetarian diet. So raw milk, raw eggs, and raw honey.